Eating disorders have become more and more prevalent throughout the last few decades. Nearly 89% of girls that have reached the age of 17 have gone on some sort of diet, and 10 to 15% of people with a diagnosed eating disorder are male, but they have yet to seek help or treatment because of the stereotypes that now surround eating disorders. Some of the most common eating disorders found in teenagers are anorexia, bulimia, and OSFED. Anorexia, as some of you may know, is when people become dangerously thin because of the extreme diets that they have put themselves on that limit their amount of nutrition in order to become extremely thin to where they are no longer thriving in life. Bulimia is also kind of known as a binge eating disorder, where people binge eat several days worth of food in one sitting. And then after they eat that food, they go and they may throw it up. And this is so that they feel full, but then they throw it up so they don't gain any of that weight that they have just consumed. Lastly is OSFED, and this is known as other specified feeding or eating disorders. And this is just a category that people are all titled as that have an eating disorder, but it doesn't fall under any of the specified eating disorders such as anorexia or bulimia. Some helpful tips to identify someone that may have an eating disorder. While not all of these are only related to eating disorders, they're very important to know just so you can help out your friends and family. Some of these are mood changes. So we are teenagers and we do have a lot of mood swings, so that's not the only thing to look for. But people who use a lot of condiments on their food, like ketchup or ranch, they saturate their foods, so this is most common associated with bulimia. So people saturate their foods in condiments, so when they go to throw it up later, it's easier for them. People that refuse small amounts of food, these are people associated with anorexia. They refuse small portions of food because it may surpass their threshold that they have set for themselves on a day-to-day basis. So they will refuse anything such as like a pretzel or something because even that will help them gain weight and they don't want to do that. People that pull on their skin to check how much weight they've lost or how much they've gained, that's something to look forward to. People with rapid weight changes, people that lose a lot of weight in a small amount of time, or people that gain a lot of weight in a small amount of time. And also, something very important to look for is people that are hyperactive or going on extreme diets. People that are hyperactive will constantly be trying to move around, go to practice, and hit the gym to burn as many calories as they can in order to meet that amount of calories that they've eaten in the day. Now that you know how to kind of identify someone that may have an eating disorder, now it's important to know how to approach them in a positive manner. You can do this by setting up a meeting on a one-on-one interaction. Pick a good time to talk to where you can address your concerns effectively, explain your concerns, but be prepared for rejection because people with an eating disorder often have not accepted it themselves, nor do they want anyone else to know that they're struggling. So be patient and just be considerate for their feelings because it is something that they're struggling with a lot. Also, when you're having these conversations, avoid ultimatums, avoid commenting on their weight, appearance, don't shame or blame them for what's happening in their lives, and also don't give simple solutions such as just eat, or why are you eating so much, you're gaining so much weight, or you're not eating enough, you're losing weight, you look bad now. Some facts to leave you with here today are 300 million people in the U.S. have an eating disorder, and 95% of those people with an eating disorder are between the ages of 12 and 25, which most of us here today fall between. So it's very important to know about eating disorders and how to effectively approach someone in a positive manner so you can be a light in their life. I told you about this here today because I was one of those 30 million people. Last year, I had severe anxiety, which led me to develop a lot of food aversions to where I couldn't eat hardly anything. And when I did try to eat, it led me to throw up a lot. And so within the span of 3 to 4 weeks, I lost 30 pounds. And my friends and family that I know that they love me, they approached me and with those quick solutions. Ashland, you've lost a lot of weight recently. Why do you look like this? Ashland, you haven't been eating. You need to eat. Like, what are you doing with your life? And that put a lot of stress on me as a person because I know that it was something that I was struggling with and I wanted to get better. So I hope that you gained something today and that you can help people that have an eating disorder in a positive manner so you can be a light in their life.
Good job.